Hello, Chatterheads. It's Josh Eric, your host of Gate City Chatter. I'm here in City Council chambers at the City Hall for the City of Greensboro, and we wanted to bring you to this location to tell you about a really neat new public art project that we are so happy to have revealed. I'm here with Councilmember Nancy Hoffmann and Jim Gallucci, the artist behind the project, and we just wanted to kind of give you a quick video vignette of what we've been doing, some improvements here. So Nancy, tell us how this all came about.
What inspired me?
Yeah, why not, yeah.
Well, I've spent a lot of time in this chamber, both on city council and before that when I served on one of the city's commissions and we had our meetings here. So I just started thinking about this a number of years ago, and I was really inspired by my love of Jim's key to the city. And I've always loved the design of that key. And I began thinking about space. This is a wonderful, really mid-century contemporary building, and really beautiful architecture from that era. And I thought, the council would benefit from maybe just a little updating. So one of the things I suggested to the city manager about 3 or 4 years ago is that we really update the chairs on the dais and go to air-on chairs, which are certainly more contemporary. And so out of that, I began thinking about the space behind the dais and how really good it would be if we had something there that was really very visible and very iconic, but spoke to, so that you knew where you were. If you were, a lot of our citizens watch city council meetings, but a lot of people from out of town who are thinking about Greensboro, either for their business relocation or if they're thinking about relocating here, they will go on and watch a meeting or watch it on video. So I thought, if we could really just give a sense of where we are in that moment. And that kind of led to some discussions beginning 3 or 4 years ago. And we've updated the council chamber, so I said, okay, now it's time. Jim and I talked about this several years ago.
Oh, really?
This has been going on for years,
Because it was an old piece up there, right?
It's over here.
The needle point?
Yeah, the needle point. And it's really a
1976.
lovely piece. I think it was given to the city by the Junior League in 1974. And I think, it really is nicely visible there. And where it is now, people can actually sort of go up and look at the intricate detail of it, which they weren't able to do here. So this, of course, just really fills this space so nicely, whereas the other piece is very vertical as opposed to horizontal.
So tell us about the piece. So obviously you were given pretty broad range of figuring this out. So how'd you get
starting with the skyline from the key?
Right, we started with the skyline of the key, and we took that idea. We wanted to bring the idea of a city, a community, what makes Greensboro a wonderful place. And how do you do all that in a couple of pieces of metal and silhouettes? But we actually drove around the city and very consciously looked at what we were trying to capture here. And of course, the skyline was the most obvious, but there was another part that we wanted, and that's why we call it our home. It's our homes that are in there. It's our churches, and the trees. What makes Greensboro so wonderful is really the trees that we have here. So we incorporated the trees, we incorporated some of the other parts, but then we wanted one more thing that gave it the sense of future. And that's really where Nancy and I talked a long time. We want to show that it's not the past, it's the future that we're looking at. Where are we going? And that's where if you see the big arch there, is it a rainbow? Is it the sun rising, sun setting? But it's Greensboro in a day, if you want to think of it that way. So here it is. I think of it as the sun rising on our future.
I love it. Well, it certainly increased just that feeling of creativity and to see a piece of art, and that's a really good aspect. I didn't think about the amount of people that watch, because all of our meetings are discussed or broadcast on television, so you can see all of these meetings. And to think about the people that are looking at that, and that's the one thing I noticed. The very first thing were the trees and the houses and the church, and it really does tell something different than just the skyline. I think skylines are completely popular, right? We always see the skylines, and you notice the skyline of Greensboro is pretty unique, but having all the other aspects to it makes it really cool. And then the future piece.
Yeah, I think it's always important to talk about community and sense of place. I don't know whether you remember, when I first ran for city council in 2011, the graphic artist that I've worked with in really all of my campaigns, we created a graphic for that campaign that showed sort of the neighborhood in the city. It was somebody walking with somebody on a bicycle, it was the trees, and it was this whole graphic which depicted community.
Yeah.
And then if you remember the graphic that we worked on for our cultural arts master plan last year, which was the skyline and all those beautiful colors, it was really, again, community and place. And so I think that's what you want to talk about, the community, sense of place. This is our home.
Builds
This is
quality
why
of
we
life.
love
Yeah,
it.
why people love to live here. So,
Yeah.
well, that tells the story of Greensboro incredibly well. So thank you for your efforts
Oh, you're
and your
welcome.
craftsmanship, and thank you, Nancy,
Thank
for
you, Nancy.
for leading the effort and improving all of our council chambers. So we encourage all you Chatterheads out there to come to City Council Chambers one time and experience what local government management's all about, and visit us here at City Hall. And until next time, we'll see you later, Greensboro. Thank you.